Hello Year 11, I'm going to talk to you today about the 3 interpretations questions you will get on your Germany paper. Those 3 questions will relate to 2 interpretations. An interpretation is a view of an event taken sometime after that thing happened. Might be a few years, 2, 3, might be 50 years, but it's a point of view. And what you're going to get is 2 points of view that will be slightly or completely different. And your job is to identify the difference. The first question you're going to get is going to look very much like this one here. And the first question says, how are they different? In this case, it's asking you, how are they different in terms of their description of Hitler's appeal to the people of Germany? So they both say something different about Hitler's appeal to the people of Germany. There are 4 marks for this question. Really, a simple comparison will get you up to 2 marks. A more complex comparison, where you're going into more detail about the difference, will get you 4 marks. So try to understand what the fundamental difference is, and then try to show examples of how those differences are expressed. So let's have a look at the 2 differences here. For this part, you're not worried about who said it, you are simply worried about what they say. So this first one is, everything about him was reasonable and ordinary looking. He was no shrieking fanatic in a uniform. He spoke passionately. It was hypnotic and persuasive. We were carried on a wave of enthusiasm. It swept away our doubts. Here, it seemed, was hope, new ideals, a new understanding. The peril of communism would be stopped. So I'm thinking all the time, well, what is his appeal, according to Albert Speer here? Well, his appeal is he was clearly a passionate speaker, and he offered hope. So it's what he says, and how he says it that appears to be the thing that is appealing. Now let's have a look at Victor Schiff. He says, if there was one point in which we all agree, it must surely be that Hitler owes his rise to the ultimate victory to the world economic crisis. Hitler appealed to the despair of the unemployed workers, young people who had no future, middle-class businessmen and craftsmen heading for bankruptcy, and to farmers threatened with a fall in agricultural prices. So his is different, isn't it, clearly, in that he feels Hitler's appeal is based on the economic crisis, and that actually that economic crisis affected a range of people, and he appealed to the despair of all of them. So all you need here is a reasonable understanding of what they're saying. So in other words, A, or Albert Speer, believes it was down to his oratory, the passion with which he spoke, and his ability to offer hope to people without hope. That was the thing that was appeal. Whereas in B, he is suggesting actually it was economic crisis which was the cause of his appeal, and not oratory. And in fact, it's the ability to tap into the despair of a range of people from across society. Okay? I've explained broadly that this was, one is about in the way he spoke, the other one is about an event, and I have been really clear about, I've developed my analysis by giving some examples of how exactly they explain that, okay? And that's the way you'll get 4 out of 4 for this particular question.